hope you guys have got your note paper and pen because I'm going to try sharing again. Let's see if this is going to work for me. This is going to work this time. It's going to work because Jasmine helped me last time. Yes, okay.
Do you want me to mute me now?
Yeah, well, you can if you want to, yeah, I suppose. I've just got to make sure that I get that little button at the bottom. Share screen. Share computer sound. Okay. No, that one. Okay, now hopefully it's not going to lag. And you guys can hear this okay.
There she is. There she is. Hello. How are you?
I'm great.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
What's your name?
My name's Darcy Lynn.
Okay, and Darcy, who's that?
My name's Petunia.
It talks.
Is it a bunny?
Yes.
Is that a real bunny? Well, we're going to find out. Okay. And Darcy, why did you both decide to enter the show?
Well, it was one of my big dreams. But also, I would really like to keep ventriloquism alive because it's not common, you know? So.
Well, listen, Darcy, best of luck. I really hope you both do well.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Hit it. Wait, you're gonna sing? Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
Your puppet, I'm guessing, is exactly like you. Very charming and adorable. You made my heart melt. You were brilliant. I'm trying to describe how amazing it was. You know what?
I wish I could be down there with Mom.
Well done. Well, Darcy, you are going straight to the live show.
Edna Doorknocker, what are you doing? Get me!
Way to make us all cry.
I know.
So
God.
cute.
I know. That was the whole idea, really. I know, wasn't it amazing? I just was like crying my eyes out when I first saw that, and I thought, shit, that is so powerful. You ladies have got to see this. So this is kind of what your success formula is all about. So think about Darcy and think about, what do you think she would have needed? So what attributes do you think that she would have needed to get up there? Because obviously that was massive for her, right? That was her dream. That was something that she always wanted to do. She said that she wanted to keep ventriloquism alive because it's died, and obviously that was a dream come true for her, to be up there on stage, to be sharing it, to take it way further. It makes me cry thinking about it, and that's where all her emotion came. So what do you think it would have taken for her to do that, to take it that far? Think about those attributes.
A lot of strength and courage.
Yeah, massive strength and courage, definitely.
Also practice. She didn't do that overnight. I think that's really important, She's only young, but she worked hard on that.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
She practiced every single day.
Yeah. And so, anyone else got anything that you think that she would need?
She would have had to not give up.
Yeah, so persistence or determination.
Self-confidence as well.
Confidence.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, how old is she? What, 13 or something? 12, younger than that? I mean, that's massive for such a young girl. Anyone else?
Determination and not quitting.
Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, or determination to drive.
Definitely.
Creativity too, to come up with that performance. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. She's obviously got a talent, hey? She's obviously incredibly talented. The fact, how can you sing such a powerful voice without opening your mouth like that? It was just amazing. Just to blow me away.
I add one more thing? She had a really awesome support team behind her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Her parents, right? So
yeah, Mum was there waiting to hug her.
Yeah, and her dad was in the audience. You see that, her dad and her brother, and he says, I wish I was up there with your mum. It was really nice. So those things that you have said, they're who you are. That is part of who you are. You recognize that in somebody else. Those are attributes that you have. So we all have a success formula that's going to get us where we want to be. It's going to help us achieve our goals. And so when you think about your own, something that really helps you to get there, and the easy way to do this is to go back and think about a time, it may be once, maybe twice, maybe 3 different times in your life when you have achieved something that you always wanted, that was a massive achievement for you. Write those things down. Write 1, 2, even 3 things down. And for me, it was getting my Bachelor of Social Work when I was a mum, a solo mum. It can be anything. It can be even, becoming a mum or getting married. It can be something even so small as maybe a personal development change for you, like stepping out of an abusive relationship, or anything that you feel has been a massive achievement in your life that you felt really proud of yourself doing. Because when we think about those when we have these moments in our life where things are going crap, you know, maybe life is crazy and maybe it's changed a little bit, or, you know, maybe it's really hard work in your business and things, you know, you're putting all this time and effort into it and nothing's really happening. And you have those moments where you think, what the fuck am I doing? You know, those moments are when you need to draw on this. This is when you need to draw on it the most. Yes, you've got to go back to your why and the reason why you're doing this, the reason why you said yes to start with. But you've also got to use your success formula to help you get through that. Because I know for me, and even thinking about that today, you know, I was talking to a friend of mine and I was talking about how I, how come I can hear myself? That's a bit weird. Okay.
Everyone mute for a minute.
Yeah. Okay, that's better. It must be one of you guys. Yeah, and I was thinking about today how I was talking to Loach actually, and I was talking about my sister and how I've got this thing with my sister where I always feel like I'm comparing myself to her and that she's always the cool auntie, and you know that they always want to hang out with her because she drinks and she parties and, you know, she just does all these crazy things. She's like the cool auntie. And so I've always felt boring next to her, and I've always felt like, you know, why can't I be the cool auntie? But, you know, I'm just not into drinking and partying all the time. I'm just not that person. And then I thought, well, who am I? What is so cool and unique about me? The fact is, I'm bloody good. I've got so much compassion and empathy, and I'm a really good bloody listener. And I will, honestly, I'm the friend that is always there for my friends. So it's those unique things about you that's going to push you forward, even keep you out of comparison of the rest of the team, of your family, of your friends. Because, you know, when we're in a team environment like this, it's easy for us to step into that comparison, and we don't really want to go there. So who's got 3 things? Yeah, go for it. If you want to share, go for it.
Buying my own home as a single mum.
Yay, that's a massive achievement. Well done.
Yeah, having my children when I was told from the doctors I could never have children.
Wow.
Yep. And actually getting partner of the month in the business.
Yay!
I actually didn't realize how much that actually meant to me. And then when I actually explained to the kids, they were actually really proud of me because they didn't really realize what I was actually doing until I actually explained and they seen it.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, I'm so happy for you, honey. Anyone else want to share? Go for it, Sarah. Take yourself off mute, honey.
I've got a few actually. They're not necessarily in order. Buying our first home, opening our shop, finally becoming a mum after 7 years of trying and a stillborn and ectopic pregnancy, moving to Nelson, believe it or not, doing my teacher aid training, going to Australia back in 1997 with Nigel, becoming an SP, and quitting my job.
I think quitting your job should be on the top of your list, actually.
Yeah, I know, but I thought the other things were way more important.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Thanks for sharing, honey. It's great. You've got so many. I love that you're cheerleading yourself and you're going, whoa, I'm really good at achieving stuff in my life. That's so good. Anyone else want to share? She won season 12. Yep. I didn't know that, Kieran. Oh, I'm going to have to watch it. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I've got a couple. I think one of my biggest ones, unforgettable moment, was giving birth to my daughter at home, which I hadn't had so much luck with my son, and it was just unbelievable feeling of succeeding at something, I guess. I think another one of those moments was having to pinch myself 50 times when I worked on my first film set, just trying to, you know, figure out how I got there and what the heck I was doing there. And yeah, oh, definitely, and yeah, my recent promotion as well, that was pretty astounding because it was not something that I had kind of visualized, I guess, very well, and just wasn't sure how far this business could go or if it was going to work, and so that was pretty uplifting.
Wow, thank you for your honesty there, Tammy. There's a few things there that you need to up level in, eh?
Yeah. Yes, self-belief, yep.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Well, there's some things to work on, and knowing, you know, actually how far you want to take this and what that looks like for you in a vision. Yeah.
Yep. And every day that I see my dogs, I can't believe it. I'm like, oh my God, where did they come from? It's so cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Anyone else? Have the floor. Go for it. Go for it.
talking to me?
Yeah, go for it.
So, probably raising my children pretty much on my own, even though their father didn't make it easy for me or them.
Yeah, that's a
He lived in
massive
another
one.
country.
I can totally relate with you on that one because I did the same. Yeah.
Really hard times, and then in leaving 2 really toxic abusive relationships, one that I had been in for 10 years and the next one for 6, you know, leaving and waking up, healing myself and my daughter from mental illness has been something that the doctor couldn't help me with. You know, it's something that I've had to take control on my own, and we've got a lot further by doing that. So that's another really huge achievement. And then starting up my own business and learning a brand new career.
Yeah.
You know, in the middle of my life. You know, just going right. Next.
That's awesome. That's awesome, honey. Massive achievements. I know how hard it is to leave an abusive relationship. I've seen a friend do it. Yeah, and it's really hard. So and it's interesting that you talked about how Darcy needed strength and courage. So did you, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So they're obviously massive for you.
Mm. Yeah, I've got that down as one of my values, strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, anyone else want to share? Nope. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to find out what your success formula looks like. So your success formula is basically what you want to be asking yourself is you want to be asking yourself, how can I use even more of my 3 things that has helped you get to where you got? So helped you get those achievements. So think about those things you got. What was it you needed to get you there? What was the 3 biggest things that really pushed you?
Manifesting, even though I didn't know it at the time.
Yep.
Determination.
Yep.
I just asked for what I wanted and I got it.
That's great, Emma.
Self-belief.
And I look back and go, I was manifesting and I didn't even know what it even meant.
Yeah. And think about too, Emma, you know, when we were talking about strength and courage for you before, to stay in it, you know, to stay like stepping out of an abusive relationship to.
And I've always owned my own home too, Melissa, as a single mum, always. I bought my first house when I was 21.
Yeah. So how would it have taken strength and courage to get you there too, and to stay in it, to stay strong in your decision?
I don't know how I did it because I don't think I could do it anymore. Oh shit!
Well, you must be able to do it if you've done it already.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna. Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, you don't need to go there. You don't actually need to enter into an abusive relationship to leave one.
No, I'm not going to do that.
You don't need to go there, Em.
I'm not going to do that. Silly.
Yeah.
Not that silly anymore.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to share what their attributes will be, then go for it.
Oh, I reckon compassion, empathy, and strength is mine.
Yep. What about manifesting?
Oh yeah.
So
Do I get
how
more
would you
than
do
3?
that? So how did you do that, honey? How did you manifest that? Was that through visualization? Was that through belief? What was that?
I think and everyone has always told me that if I want something, I'll just do it. I'll just get there. I don't know. If I want something, I just get it.
So was it action then? Through action? Because that's how you got
Yeah,
into
and
the
hard
business.
work.
We had a call and you were like, right, okay, sign me up. How do I get started? Right?
Mm.
It was just like action. Okay, I made the decision.
Oh yeah. I am, because I've never been a what is it called?
Procrastinator.
A ball in a tin shop. I don't think about it. I just do it.
Yeah. So that would be being action then. So how can you use your action, your compassion, your strength? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
So anyone else want to share?
Yeah, I just remember for myself that when I was a kid, I was telling my family that I really, really wanted to work on film. And this was a big one for me because it started when I was a kid, when I was really young, and they laughed at me and they told me that it didn't exist really in New Zealand and good luck, go to Hollywood. And they used to tease me about all kinds of things. My dreams about having a castle with swans and all of that stuff, they were all silly, apparently all silly and just dreams. And so I was just really, really determined that that some things could come true. And I was quite adamant to my family that not only was I going to become a lawyer, but that I was going to work in film and I was going to have a castle. And so these are some things. Okay, but I got one of them. And
so you're going to get
really who knows, it sounds a bit cold now. I think I've got my castle, it just looks different. But yeah, just the absolute determination and perseverance and the self-belief that this was going to happen. I didn't know how. I never ever dreamed that it would, I wasn't actually sure if it was going to happen because I didn't know if there was anything in New Zealand at the time. But gradually, as I got older, things started to happen and it became more apparent to me that there definitely was something in New Zealand. And so just getting there for me was, it was actually a childhood dream come true. And it wasn't about money. It wasn't about the fame or who you're going to meet or anything. It was literally just, I made it. I made it here. And my first day was in a place called Erewhon, which is 100 kilometres from Methven, out the back of Canterbury. And there's just absolutely nothing there. And we turned up in big buses. And as we drove in, it just was like something out of a science fiction thing. Like there was just this nothingness. And then all of a sudden there was this big, massive city of vans and trucks and lights and everything. And it was just the craziest thing I'd ever seen. So for me, that was a huge moment of realizing that your dreams really can come true and you just really have to believe them.
So what is it? Yeah. So what is it that got you there, Tammy? Was it your belief in yourself? Was it the visualization? Is it something, did you visualize it every day or did you just know that it was going to happen?
I don't think I was never 100% because it got to like the last 4 days of them being in town, they were leaving and I was actually thinking, oh my God, I'm so close and I'm missing the boat. But it was actually just perseverance to just continue trying to meet people and continue trying to knock on doors. Like I literally, like you think network marketing, well, that's pretty much what I was doing to get a job. I was knocking on doors and going to the pub to meet people to try and find someone who would give me anything. And, my first day was in the kitchen and I actually had a cry because it wasn't what I wanted to do. But because it wasn't what I wanted to do, it only lasted 1 day and I swapped departments. And then the department I swapped into, I stayed there for 16 years. Yeah. So, it's absolutely, it's the determination to the drive and the desire and the manifestation.
Perseverance, like never giving up, like Melissa talked about before, never giving up, persevering until you got there. Yeah.
And I think
it
also once
starts
you're
small.
there, having gratitude as well, and really, you know, not just getting there and then going, wow, I made it, but actually having gratitude for where you are and then giving back a little bit and being really thankful and grateful and appreciating the moment as well. It's so important. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's me.
Perfect. Thank you, honey. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else want to share? I know, Moni, you wanted to share, didn't you?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Great. Strength, focus, and belief are the things that I came up with, and manifesting as well.
What was the first one?
Strength.
Strength. Yeah. Focus and belief. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
And manifesting. So when you say manifesting, how do you do that, Moni?
I just seem to put it into my head that that's what I need and what's happened.
So is that a vision? Is that visualizing it daily, or is that believing it, knowing that it's going to happen?
It's like something in my body goes, aha, yeah, and recognizes it and manifests it.
Okay. I'm just thinking, how would you put that in your success formula? What you would need, really, you would need one word to put that in your formula.
Focus.
Focus?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like it. Yeah. Definitely. Focus, strength, and
Belief.
Belief. Yeah. Well, you've already said it. Belief, that's exactly what it is. Belief. So knowing that you're going to, even faith, knowing that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Anyone else?
Pretty much faith and speaking it out. And the other thing I normally would do when I brought the house is I wrote out what I wanted to see happen. I wrote out how much I wanted to spend. I wrote out exactly what I wanted in my property. And then when I went searching for it and I found it, I could foresee what it was going to be versus what it was then. I could see further down the track that others couldn't see. So sometimes, yeah, seeing ahead than where you are right here, right now.
So that would be vision, right? That's hard for a lot of people. I can't do that. I find that really difficult. Yeah. I need to actually practice visualization daily.
I do that really well, but sometimes I struggle in other areas. You know.
Well, that's great. So vision's cool. And what about for you, determination? Because I know that's what's getting you your bloody promotion.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was doing it.
Yeah, that dogged determination not to give up, right? To just keep going. Yeah. Definitely. So, I mean, you can use more than 3 words, but, but obviously 3 is very universal. So it's continuous, right? So when we are looking at 3s of everything, 3s is soul. So it's aligned with your soul. So that's why we say 3. But if you've got more, then you go for it and put more down, because what you want to be doing is when you're in a space where you're starting to feel down on something in your business, maybe you're feeling like, I don't know, maybe you've lost, maybe one of your customers is cancelled, or maybe one of your teamies gone AWOL, or maybe your pay's gone down this month and you're expecting it to go up. Maybe, you've been working really hard on someone, a potential who was really interested in the business, and suddenly they ghost you, whatever that is. When you're feeling in that moment, you've got to put your question, your success formula, where you can see it, so that you can look at it and go, okay, how can I use more of determination, compassion, focus, belief, whatever it is that is your formula, to really keep me, to give me what it is I want, to create whatever it is I want. So essentially, it's like an affirmation and a visualization all at once. So when you are speaking your success formula question, you're asking your brain to give you solutions. You're also asking the universe to bring it to you, and you are visualizing it at the same time, because you're going, what is it that I want? How can I use these attributes to get what is it I want? See it, feel it. put it out to the universe, ask your brain to find a solution. So, you know, it's extremely powerful. And that's why we talk about, use it as a success formula, because it is very powerful, because it's like an affirmation, a visualization, and you're changing your state all at the same time. It's amazing. It's really amazing. So anyone else want to share what their formula is? Go for it, Sarah.
I think I've already shared it, but what you were saying about visualization before, we actually did that when we came down on holiday in 2008. And I remember I was standing in, Nigel went for a job at a place called Lighting Direct, which Melissa, it's down by Mitre 10 Mega. And I remember he went for an interview and I had the girls in the car with me. And I got out of the car and I was standing in the car park by the WOW Museum, and I was looking up to the Richmond Ranges, and I just closed my eyes and I just said to myself, we are living here. This is our home. Our children are growing up here. This is where I see and feel us being. Now, he didn't get that job. He got another job, but 6 weeks later, we were living here, and we were actually living just around the corner from where I was standing at that time. So I agree, it is so powerful how you can do it. I was just standing in that car park looking up at the ranges, and I just said, this is where we are living. And it's as if, I know, it's as if we were already living here at the time. And when we came down on holiday, we got to Nelson and we came down to visit a friend, and we didn't even have to use a map to find our way to her house. We had an inkling of where to go, and when we came back to Nelson, because we went and did Christchurch and all that, and we got to Christchurch and I phoned her up and I said, we're coming back to Nelson. Again, we got into Nelson. I did not need to use the map. We drove exactly where we had to go. But the most powerful feeling was standing in there, because we said we're coming back and we're going to look around for a job. And that's, as I say, that second visit was when I was standing there in the car park and I just closed my eyes and I just saw it and I felt it, and we went back to the North Island, packed up, did what we had to do, and we were back 6 weeks later.
It's really powerful, Sarah, massively powerful. So that would be vision would be strong for you, right? Just knowing or belief in it, or just knowing, whatever that is, that's obviously something that's really strong for you. I had a very similar thing. I remember when I was working as a beauty therapist for somebody in Otaki, for a friend of mine, and I saw the children's Otaki Children's Health Camp van pull up, and a whole lot of kids and some staff come out of the van. And I remember looking at that and saying to myself, I'm going to work there one day. I'd love to work there. That's where I really want to work. And at that point, I hadn't done any kind of social work training. I wasn't even thinking about leaving. I was just a beauty therapist. And then, 6 years, 6 years later, I ended up working for them. And it wasn't until I was working for them where I thought, holy shit, I already knew I was going to be working for them, you know. I didn't even bat an eyelid for it. So, never doubt those things that we get, because often those things we're predestined. You know, we're setting ourselves up. So whatever you put out there, whatever you're putting out there is going to come back to you. It doesn't necessarily come back to you right then and there. Yeah. But it could come back to you later. So be really careful what you are asking for, what you are stating to the universe. So stating what your success formula is and what you want to get by using your success formula. So using what your strengths are, what your unique abilities are, that's already got you your achievements, is going to get you those achievements. So anyone else want to share? Thanks for sharing, Sarah. That was really powerful, honey. Really, really powerful.
So I will be an NMD one day.
So maybe say I am an NMD. Emma.
I've already manifested it, so I'm just on my journey.
Great. You're not sharing tonight, Kieran. It's not like you.
What's an NMD?
National Marketing Director.
It's what Cash is.
Yeah, is that you that asked me that last time, Melissa? Was it you? Somebody asked me that the other day. I thought it might have been you, honey. So, I'll show you.
It's what Katrina is. It's what Katrina and...
Katrina's an
It's what Tanya is going to be really, really soon.
Yeah, you bring that on, girl. No, Katrina's actually an IMD. She's moved up in the world.
Yeah.
It's what we all want to be. Yeah.
Tanya, you could actually be NMD by conference because it's been moved to 2021 now.
I've heard that, and that's my plan, Max.
It's July. I think it's July 2021. So we'll be doing your NMD speech. Can I come?
Is it July or is it June?
Oh, you're all coming. You're all coming. Book those.
Oh, I don't know.
So here, honey, can
Tanya's going to pay.
Tanya's going to pay, whatever. You've already got, Emma, you've already got your ticket, honey. You just need your
No, I don't. Apparently I didn't pay for it.
What do you mean you didn't pay for it?
Yeah, they told me that I haven't paid for it.
I
Which
thought
I
you
thought I did.
Did you go back and have a look at June last year, because that's when you bought it. It was when we were at conference when you signed up.
I know, but I've emailed Rachel and she said that I haven't paid for it.
Well, go back and have a look in your account to see if it's come out. And then you'll
I've got my statements. I did my tax return.
Oh, good on you. So then you'll be able to see, and then if it's come out, then you can say, look, here we are, here's the payment. But if it hasn't, then you'll know. So Emma, I'm sorry, Melissa, I'm just going to show you this. So you see SP?
Oh, yeah.
You are. Okay. That's where Tammy's just got to and where Maxine is. And then after that is QSSC.
Oh, yeah.
Then SSC, that's where I am now.
Oh, cool.
And then QNMD, and then NMD.
Ooh.
So NMD is seen as the pinnacle position, even though there's other positions above that now that they've just brought in. But the other positions above that are kind of what they call floating, where you've actually got to keep your structure and your volume every single month to stay there. Whereas all the other promotions right up to NMD, once you get there, you can't move. It doesn't matter if your structure falls down or you lose your volume, you're still NMD and you're still going to get paid as an NMD.
Okay.
And then when you get to those other levels, you've got to keep working to keep yourself at those levels to stay there. So Katrina might have been an IMD last month, but she might not be this month.
Okay.
Yeah. So to get that, so we always talk about getting to NMD, because when you get to NMD, you get to stand up on stage at conference and you get to walk out on stage listening to whatever song you want, that whatever song motivates you or makes you cry or, you know, is powerful to you. And you get to walk out there with your family or whoever you want and your upline, and you get to say your speech. So you get to talk about your journey if you want, you get to offer inspiration if you want, you can say whatever it is you want. It's very exciting. So that's why we talk about NMD all the time, because that's the position that most of us, well, some of us want, right? How many of you want NMD on this call? Emma, Tammy, Kieran, Sarah, Lisa, Janet. Did you put your hand up, Max? Did you put your hand up, Jasmine?
Yes.
Oh, you're coming in again, Maxine. Did you know that?
I'm trying to change to a different device.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so all of us on this call, well, I've just let you in. All of you on this call want NMD, so it's totally going to happen. Let's visualize that. So if you want to use your success formula for that, how do I, and you can change whatever it is your vision is for that moment. So say, for example, you just had a customer cancel and you're feeling a bit low about it. Your success formula might be, well, how do I use more compassion, courage, determination to create more customers, to attract more customers, to increase my volume, whatever it is that you want in that moment. So you can make it whatever it is. So your success formula starts with, how can I use more, whatever your attributes are, to do whatever it is in the moment. Listen.
Listen.
Yeah.
Have a heart. Hear about people.
Yeah. So I had my success formula up in my old office, and I've just realised that I haven't got it up here in my new one. So I must go and do that. So put it up somewhere where you see it, along with your affirmations that you've got, so that you can remind yourself to use it all the time. You can even use it as part of your affirmations in the morning. So to set yourself up for your day. You can add it to your long list, Kieran. Your super long list. Cool. Alrighty, so do you have the dates for conference? Because Kat told me tonight that conference has been rescheduled to next
June 10th to 12th,
18th.
2021.
10 to 12, okay. Yeah, so you know that we're having an online one now this year instead. But something that Kat has said to me, I will talk to you about this now. So something that Kat said to me tonight is she's still really keen to do a retreat at her place this year in replace of the conference, because she said, I still want to hang out with everybody and I still want to add value. So she's thinking about even having it at her house on the Gold Coast, because she said that, you know, she's got a really big space there, and if she does it closer to summer, it'll be nice and warm. So
She
if
could put
anyone's
teepees in
keen,
her backyard.
she's got what, sorry?
She could put teepees in her big backyard by the pool.
She could. She could. Or she could put lounges, Emma. Lounges and cocktails.
Yes.
She's got a cocktail bar.
Oh, it'll be amazing. I can already vision it. I can just see it.
That's
There'll
great.
be lanterns everywhere. And
yeah.
it'll
So
be
I'm definitely going over. So if anyone else wants to go, anyone is welcome. So who's with me? Who's coming?
Are the borders going to be open?
Yeah, well, we just got to wait. She said that she's just got to wait to find out when the borders open. But I reckon it'll be soon. I mean, we're completely out of lockdown now. Australia's not going to be too far behind. Right. So, yeah. You can't.
Tammy, you came?
Tammy,
Can't hear you.
Yes, I've got my tickets already. I got them before we left last year.
So you're going?
Yeah, and Hazel, my daughter's coming too.
Cool.
Maybe I'll get to bring
Katrina's retreat.
Oh, to the retreat. Yeah, I'm definitely going.
Yeah. So it'll be this year.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Max? Are you going? Oh, she's gone. Kieran?
What month? When is it?
She's waiting until the borders open. So, and then she's going to make a date. It'll be this year.
So do we need to be special though?
You need to what?
Do we need to be special?
You are special, Emma.
Thank you. What a good answer.
We're all special. We're all special, honey.
I know, but isn't there a catch?
Oh no. Why would there be a catch? You just get to hang out with Kat for a couple of days, and she did a retreat last year, January, February or something, and it was basically very similar to the freestyle retreat. So Team Freestyle used to do a retreat every year where it was adding value. So it was like similar to a conference, but you stayed in the same place. And there was other things as well, and it didn't cost quite so much. But it's basically adding value. So she would be adding value on a soul level as much as a business level. So it'll be something like that. Yeah, it would definitely be worth it anyway.
Is it in Brisbane?
Gold Coast.
Gold Coast, honey. Yeah.
So this is separate from the one, because originally she was going to do it with the conference, wasn't she, alongside it? Is she just going to run one separate of it now?
Yeah. And she's going to open this one up to anybody, whereas before it was get yourself to SC or 3 Club.
Oh, I am.
Yeah. So, but she will still probably do that next year after the conference, whereas this year it's going to be open to any of the team.
Okay. Maybe I'll get my Australia fix out of my system then.
Yeah, especially the Gold Coast. It's so beautiful over there.
I know. The thing is, once I go to Australia, I never want to come back.
Yeah, I know the feeling. We took our kids over there and they're like, do we have to go home? Can we just stay here and live here?
Oh.
But my daughter wasn't too impressed because she knew they had massive spiders. So she's like, no, I'm not staying here. It wasn't so cool. So, alrighty then, guys. I will let you go then. It's 8:30 now. So I'll let you all go because I know some of you are doing the challenge. So it's great hanging out. I'll let you know more details when we know, or I'm sure Kat will let you know more details when she knows about the retreat. So yeah, be cool if we can go over as a team. Be awesome. Okay, bye lovelies. Have a good evening. See ya.
Bye.